What up, folks? Welcome back. My name is DrumRollTony, longtime musician and music director living here in Seattle. It's time for another multi-anime video. This one's put together by JetMan. Thanks so much for doing it. I appreciate it. I don't know what songs we're about to listen to. I did not look ahead. It's all going to be a surprise. All right, I'm excited. Let's go. KonoSuba, are you serious? That is hilarious. That got voted onto Patreon on the cringe tier. Everybody thought I was going to hate it, but I ended up loving all of it. We did it all. In real life, I walked around way too long saying, I'm Kazuma. Anyway, stupid. Let's go. It's been forever since I've listened to this piece of music. Oh, yeah. Oh, harmony is great. Oh, yeah. Musically, that is a really great introduction. I feel like it's kind of that pop rock era. It feels like a throwback. We don't really hear a lot like this, but it matches the vibe. I mean, it has that like adorable music sound to the, there are factors of this anime that's adorable and obviously factors that are like way more adult than that, but it has that feel musically. They've done a great job. Tone of the bass player, amazing. Guitar player and that little smooth little feature sounds great. The use of strings, just, it's like 30 seconds long, but it works so well. All right, let's go back like 5. Let's keep going. Man, rhythm section's locking in. Oh, the guitar augmentation there, beautiful. Oh wait, here it comes right here. Look at the Let's be real. That verse is amazing. Like compositionally, I love the fact that we get 2 bars in 6 for our fake little pseudo jazz. That's fun that happened right in the middle because the rhythm section is just jamming. I'm probably gonna praise the rhythm section quite a bit in this because remember the bassist and the drummer. It's all about this relationship. Drummer, obviously, everyone thinks time. Yes, but time is set together with the drummer and the bass player because the bass player is the tonal drummer. So you do establish groove, you do establish time/tempo, and you hold, it's like the glue, but yet the bassist being tonal also sets, you got to turn this sideways because it sets the foundations for like our harmonic foundations. Because remember, bass is the lowest tone inside of where the chord is going to be. And speaking of like chords, the piano part is really cool. When the guitarist comes in there, it's so jamming. And the groove just kind of like, I don't know, it envelopes and it kind of flows around and augments a little bit. But man, it is so in the pocket. We got all these cool little like ensemble hits meaning little figures that are played together as a group. And I was not expecting that with KonoSuba, and it works out really well. Okay, back 5. Let's keep going. Lots of good harmony design. Ooh. Woo! Wow. Beautiful use of voice. Oh. Oh. By the way, this is the full version. I've never heard the full version before. Absolutely loving it so far. I've got to go back for the material that I have not heard, so you got to just have some patience with me. We're going back about 20. Hear how smooth the bass player is and the drummer underneath everything that's happening harmonically, and the voices. Listen to those harmonies going up top. It's beautiful. Right here. It's beautiful, man. And now, woo, extensions. Or whatever just happened. That it's only 7 seconds long, but man, that flow feels great. Ensemble writing. I'm telling you. Ooh. Oh, we'll stop time for a moment. Beautiful variation on the verse, obviously. Ooh. Holy crap. This is what's really important. Ensemble writing, meaning when you write for the group to kind of play figures together, that resets the listeners. It's not really a reset. It just kind of pulls the listener out any, like if you've gotten too much into the pattern of the groove, we can start to kind of like, you know, glaze over and be like, okay, we're there. Suddenly the band plays something all together. You're like, oh, it's a pattern reset, pattern interrupt. Here we go. And then it brings us into the next section. The next section being the next verse. Yet there's so much variety on this verse compared to the first one. Same construction. We still go to that section that has 6, you know, the pseudo jazz section I was talking about, but everyone does little different things within it. So this is why it's really important when you're writing to give, you know, we have the structure of the song, you know where you want to go, you know the story you're telling. However, when you give your listeners so much variety within that, it makes for a really outstanding listen. Back 5-ish. Let's keep going. That tambourine is cutting through. Verity and the bass line right there. Ooh. Okay, hold on before we get to the bridge. Did you hear how just so into, I mean, we got some production levels on this, obviously, within the vocals, but man, when that bass player does the gliss up, the quality of that chord, meaning like it just really hits with how major it is. Major is a type of chord, but just listen when this bass player glisses up, it hits you right in the chest. It's coming. No mistaking. Oh. Beautiful bass playing. Like the call and response. Ensemble hit phrasing within the guitar feature. What was that? Interesting. You know we have to stop that. That got so loud. I got to turn down my volume a little bit. What was happening at the end of that feature? That was really cool. That guitar feature was outstanding, but then the ensemble gets super involved in it. I mean, dynamically speaking, it did get pushed to the threshold for me. I was like, oh my God, my ears are saying hello. Did you hear the bass playing in the beginning? Oh, so lyrical. Not lyrical like lyrics, lyrical meaning just vocal like, very flowy. I don't know what it is with Japanese bass players, whether it's J-rock, J-pop, they've got it figured out. It works so well. I mean, I'm obviously going to nerd out for that being a bass player, so there's a lot of bias there. But when it's that beautiful, I mean, how can you not? Like, it's crazy. What did we hear? That's 329. Let's go back to like 315. What is going on at the end of this feature? This is probably going to be loud. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. You hear that? What the fuck is going on, dude? That's pretty cool. Was not expecting any augmentation like that. Again. Cool hi-hat work on top of it, too. Oh, of course. Obligatory key change. Rhythm section's on fire. Come on, man. Oh my God, man. What an outstanding song. That matched everything that I needed to match. That's my first time hearing the full version, and it did not disappoint. On my own time, I have to go back quite a bit because there's a lot of things going on in the middle, and I don't want to make this video an hour long. So anyway, I highly recommend you go back as well. Okay, what's next? This summer, Hikaru died. I know nothing about this. Wow, this was like really recent. Literally this summer. Oh, it's by Vondi. Awesome. Okay, so it's called Saikai. Here we go. Listen to that snare drum. Cool 4-note sequence. Oh. 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 Vocals, let's go. I love this. Sounds like Flash Gordon. Oh. Glockenspiel in the background. This is great. Fun tom work there on the drums. All right, we'll get to this in a second. That's 523, the change. Let's go back to like 514. Okay. Immediately, Vondi's killer. The vocals in this one remind me of Flash Gordon. If you've never heard that, go listen to the Flash Gordon intro theme. Amazing. It's mainly the way the harmonies are stacked and kind of like a belting register, so it feels very intense vocally. The tone of the bass, that's kind of like thwappy a little bit, has a real that quintessential rock, just kind of loose, open tone. Love that, especially in the immediate contrast from the song that we did before. So the beauty of music and artists, right? You get so much variety within. This is very fun. The tom work on the drums felt good, but again, let's see where we're going here. Feels like a hook, obviously. That's cool. I feel the hook feels more generic than the rest of the song. Not a bad thing, just like, okay, that felt more predictable than, I would definitely say that verse when we had those stacked harmonies was a lot more complicated. Nothing, again, not a criticism, just an observation. Interesting stuff. I do like the fact that we had that 4-note sequence in the beginning and we stepped away from it. So that's kind of cool. You kind of like pattern interrupt there. Intertwined voicings between guitar and keyboards on the hook, you know, felt pretty good. That's 540. Let's go back to like 540 ish, and we'll keep going. I like that quite a bit. It's like, it felt like glockenspiel in the beginning, but this feels more guitarish, or maybe synth patches. This is outstanding, man. Oh, this is fucking great. Listen to the range on the voice there. Melody is killer. Okay, hold on. And then into nothing. That's outstanding. Y'all can hear it, right? That verse is on fire. Their delivery of that and the way that's like engineered in like the studio, like the production of this song with how that's layered and how the vocals sound with, I mean, there's obviously some effects on there, but the delivery just absolutely kicks ass and the melodic contours are outstanding. So verse wise, that's way more hook-like for me than the actual hook is. Again, it's not a criticism. It's just an observation of how it's being delivered to us because that feels very, I guarantee you, I'll be going back and listening to this again. That's 639. Let's go back to like 631 and we'll keep going on. I love that this 4-note sequence is still present in the oh, little synth wavy underneath. Nice build. That bass player sounds amazing. It gets crowded with all the tom work though. A lot of cars on the musical highway. Ooh. I like this. Oh, this is beautiful. Gorgeous writing. All right, before we drop to that chorus again, that was outstanding. I love taking us on a journey, continue us on that musical story. It's so cool to hear just vocals, bass player, palm muted a little bit, acoustic guitar comes in. All the while we have those kind of like spacey sounds that are we're just kind of flowy and just kind of floating in there. So that is a lot, you know, for me, varieties of spice of life. So spice of life. Oh my God, we don't want the spice of life. Jesus Christ. The spice of life. Anyway, let's go back a couple seconds and keep going. The contour of the melody on the hook, it is good though. I like that 4-note sequence is still there. Background vocals were cool. Yeah, that was really good. The verse so far, I mean, we've only done 2 songs so far in the video, but that verse is it. That verse is it, man. That was outstanding delivery. Okay, let me know. I want to know what you think about that, though. Okay, on to the next one. Really quick, if you're enjoying this video and you're looking for a way to support or join a community, I would love to obviously invite you to the Patreon community. We watch so many different anime there. There's all kinds of different Patreon exclusive music reviews. Anyway, either way, it's all good. I appreciate you being here, but I just wanted to let you know. Okay, back to the video. Oh my God, Delicious in Dungeon. This anime is so good. But more importantly, Bump a Chicken. Man, this song is outstanding. I still remember the melody. I've never heard the full version, but this is about, okay, we're about to be in for some good stuff right here. Here we go. Oh, man. Masterclass in melody. Phrasing, oh my God. Oh. Oh my God, dude. This gets me emotional. It's so good. I'm going to try not to rewind too much on these songs, but we have to go back for this one because there's too many really, really important things happening. Musically, let's talk about it for a moment. The timbre of the voice, the way the voice is crafting through this melody, the phrasing, meaning where we're going, the contour of the melody, and how the rhythms of it are being delivered to us. All the while, we have outstanding work underneath. This is a beautiful piece of music. I love the kind of like the little Renaissance feel that we get in the beginning between flute-like and guitar-like. That we just hit the 4 on the floor and backbeat, got a little mini like dungeon techno groove going on. It is so beautiful though. Listen to that. little tiny boom, boing, boom, boing, decorations and the guitar lines going on. And the voice is just like mezzo piano. We're not loud. We're not super soft. We're just right in the middle. Just little harmony design to keep in that flow. Again, not too much energy, not too little, just very musical. What? What is that delivery? Amazing delivery right there. Again. Here it is. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh my god, dude. Woo! But then we build. Listen to that vocally, but listen to the left side what guitar is doing underneath that. Oh my god. Here it comes. Oh, I went too far. I apologize. Right here, bass comes in, we change, and my lord. Chord progression, outstanding writing. The groove. Okay, now we're to new material. Sorry, I freak out. I know I'm probably emphasizing this one a little bit more. I guess it's some bias. Musically, it's just so saturated in high prowess of composition. And you just have to really, really love something when the melody is that gorgeous. The supportive harmony lines that come in vocally are that gorgeous. And then you get these stanky little lines. Like the groove in that segment that we just listened to, it's so subtle, but so present. We're at 10. Hold on, let's just go back to like 9:45-ish. Listen to the drums versus bass. It's super simple. Boom, but it's so important because of everything else that is just like swirling around it. We're just drowning. No, we're swimming. We're swimming in really, really cool saturated stuff. Sorry. It's just the guitar work and still that like flute-like. The little chorus callbacks. High register vocal. It's just so good. All right, where are we going now? Give me the new stuff. Well, that's cool. Ah. Underneath that's nice. What a modern twist. Like instrument design wise. Totally different timbre and bass though. Water droplets? What? Cool. A little more percussive in the bass line. And we drop back down and we just commit to that groove. Dude, oh my god. Oh, double down on it. Oh, with moving bass line this time. And we're there. And we're there. We come back to it full circle. Man, that really puts me in a good mood. Hearing that is super special. I loved every single time the opening came on when we were watching it. I loved it so much. Hearing the full version, I feel full inside. Like, that's really nice. Again, I do think that's a masterclass on melodic writing and how to support it within light, like fundamentals of like how to write harmony against that. And the phrasing, though, I would never, ever be able to sit down and think of a melody that cool in the first place. But then how are you going to deliver that? Like, how are we going to make that? What are the relationships going to be above our accompaniment? How we're putting that design of the cool. Also, that line, that like that kind of Renaissance feel. I never would have thought of any of that to put that all together, yet it works so well. So when things are like this, obviously we have to geek out about it and just appreciate. So, man, Bump a Chicken doing things, doing a lot of really good things. All right, I have no clue what this one is. Keep Your Hands Off Eizouken. I'm sure I said that wrong. I apologize. 2020 song is called Easy Breezy, performed by Kelmiko. Okay, no clue. Let's go. Really? A little slide guitar. A lot of good variety on this list so far. Way different than anything we've had so far. I like the almost like a constant pulse from like taiko sounding drum versus the electronic drums, obviously, that are going on. The slide guitar, probably the most musical characteristic that I'm going to latch onto for remembering this one. And then the delivery of the vocals on top are completely different than kind of everything we hear underneath, which is cool. It makes like sticks pretty well. That's fun. A little synth part. Development of the groove. Oh, nice harmony design there. Yeah, I like that too. Kind of like makes you feel like you're at a high school like sports game. That kind of drum beat pulse going on. The bass drum cuts through though. Oh, breezy. Oh, that's interesting. Middle synth tones. And the string violins. It's almost like kind of like fiddle like versus our percussive stuff that's going on. The vocals kind of angled, nasally sounding, but just really living in the middle as far as like range goes. It's really kind of in a mid-range there, so it kind of cuts with everything else, but there's not a lot of separation. It still works though. For me, the main character is definitely the groove. I mean, I'm sure that's not for most people. They're going to be listening to what the vocals are saying, but I'm really versus that kind of relationship is where my ears are really grabbing onto. Oh, little halftime. Of course. Oh, that's interesting. Very drone-like. Groove is cool here. Cool vocal flow. Hip hop. So a lot, obviously everything, a lot of repetition, a lot of drone, and a lot of groove. That's going to work. I feel like, musically speaking, much more simple than what we've listened to in the previous couple that we've done, but not a criticism by any means, just an observation within the video in the context of where we're going. The reasons work really well: the drum beat, the drum groove, that's going to grab everybody. And the drone, right now, I'm sure you can still hear boom, this tone, boom, 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 where we're going, because that's really what has locked us in to support everything that's moving on top. And when we say on top, I will bring up again where vocals are kind of existing within the middle, but the delivery, they're kind of like hip hop-esque. So it's going to be about, the focal point is going to be it making you move. This feels more like kind of a dance opening versus a super, super musical opening, if that makes sense. I went back about 8 seconds here. Cool phrase. Ooh, I like that. Oh, pull out the bottom. That was nice. Yeah, that was cool. So second time around on the bum, 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 that delivery. Obviously, that vocal went up. Not the stratosphere, but it definitely changed in range to sit way on top compared to what it was. It comes back down right afterwards. But the second time we get that delivery, the drum pattern, the way the groove is installed underneath completely switches up. And that was probably a really smart idea to kind of keep some variety there. Very cool. I mean, I guess we should talk about it. Obviously, that switch up in the groove, everything before is unda, 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 unda. But with that primary being very, very close. That sound. That's why that groove is going to feel so like there's massive amounts of contrast because of how completely different is and continuous with that drone. So pretty successful use of variety there. Melting. And there it is. All right. Out of everything we listened to, that one sounds the most different, but clearly variety. It's all good. It's all good. Anyway, okay, let's see what's next. Hell yeah, we're doing some One Punch Man. Let's go. I haven't heard season 2's opening in so long. Now, I know there's a lot going on online with One Punch Man right now. I'm definitely going to do season 3 at some point. My anime Patreon schedule is, we're doing so much stuff right now. It is packed, but I'm going to get to it. I like season 1. I like season 2. I want to see where the story goes. I don't really care about other stuff. I'm into it. Okay, I've never heard the full version of this. Let's go. Oh, yeah. It's pretty intense. I like that rhythm. All right. Got to swing. Oh my God. Okay, hold on before we get into this. We got to talk about it. It's interesting because we've mentioned vocalists and registers and where they're laying within the mix. This one's a great example. You open up pretty high energy, but it's in a low. We're just kind of down at the bottom of the mix. And then we get to the swing part. And he's really kind of resonating down below. It still works, though. There's just not a lot of separation, but it adds kind of a grubbly type of just vibe to it, if that makes sense. Yeah, the callback voices there are great. Woo! Pipes, man. Very rock anthem-like. Especially with the percussion design. Shout chorus. Hold on before we go there. You know what I'm saying, though? Because you get such a big, expansive use of doom-ga, goom-ga, goom-ga. It's like just hitting really hard in your face. But underneath that, not underneath, sorry, on top of that, there's this big vocal shout chorus going on. That's hold on, 1758. Let's just go back to like 1740. Listen how like just, I don't know, encompassing these vocals are. That's like straight up. That feels like 1985, like Poison, like Def Leppard. Like, we're there, man. This feels great. Hair bands, dude. Yeah. Listen to the fuzzy, how fuzzy that bass is on the left side. That's guitar, actually. Bass guitar layering up. Maybe not. I never noticed this clap before. Oh, the vocals are beautiful. All right, we got to talk about the vocals. It's like quintessential. It's just so much rock in your face. This was my childhood for a very long time. It's probably why I liked it when I heard it in One Punch Man, because I was like, oh man, I used to like, when I hear this, there's a certain image that pops to mind, and only if you're old like me will it pop into your mind. And it is a cassette tape, because that is all that we did, man. It was like trade tapes. What's going on? Everyone is listening to Poison. Everyone is listening to Metallica. Everyone, I mean, it's just, it has that hair band feel, and the vocals just kick ass in that era. They're so, I don't know, dominant and gorgeous in a way that it's just like belted out and just complete alpha domination, man. Like I just really like it, but it's complete age era bias. Not saying that you have to be from that time to dig that kind of rock, but it just is kind of naturally was installed in me, because when you're coming up and you're younger, you get exposed to what's going on. That's why I'm thankful it was that era versus mumble rap auto-tuned bullshit. But anyway, that's cool. I like that backwards guitar. Volume fade in. Here we go. That was nice. That was cool. Fun little. I wanted more. I wanted more guitar feature there, but that's okay. We're just gonna like. It's gonna be, the glue between that's gonna stick us from that section to the next section. It was very cool though. Hold on, back a couple. Let me just hold on. Let me just a little bit. Great phrasing. Heavy, but Melodic. Listen to that's the most isolation we've gotten from vocal. Sorry, that's very rock anthem. Like, hold on, 937. Let's go back to 25. Only listening to vocal line. Come on, man. Absolute beautiful delivery. So strong. Dude. I'm sorry, man, but there's no better piece that could be used for One Punch Man. That exuberates, that just bleeds One Punch Man. Again, probably biased for the reasons that we discussed with the hairband era and coming up with it, but that feels so good. But vocally, you could be anybody. You could listen to this with no context whatsoever and be like, oh man, those folks have pipes. Like, they're selling out. They don't feel overproduced. That feels very organic. It's really, really nice to listen to. But that's just me. Let me know what you think about it down in the comments below. All right, what's next? Overlord, what's up? I've almost watched this. Well, I've watched the first 3 episodes because we had a vote on Patreon and we did like where I did the first 3, whatever. And I ended up picking Cowboy Bebop and that was outstanding. But this will make it back on a vote. It will get there. But it looks like this is opening for Hollow Hunger. Here we go. Oh, almost like metal samba. Super produced on vocals. Oh yeah, hella produced. Kind of a fun unison line between vocals and guitar though. Revolving 3D effects. Fun. Castanet type feel. Okay, hold on. Before we drop into the hook here. That's fun. It opened, it kind of sounded almost Brazilian, like kind of samba-esque with like some metal elements. Then we kind of transferred to some super, pretty heavily tuned vocal elements, which is fine. All this, the track underneath is pretty charismatic because we get so many different sounds happening. And then with the acoustic guitar, it kind of feels Spanish and like some castanet type sounds happening. So the vibe is pretty cool. Ooh. Okay. That's awesome. It's pretty jamming. Yeah, I'm telling you, man, it has that kind of castanet, like Spanish type flamenco-esque. Not really flamenco because the guitar is a little too basic flamenco, but you just kind of like flirt with it a little bit. I really dig the the vocal falls that are going on that feel like kind of far off on the left side. Very fun, very danceable on the drop, obviously, and kind of memorable on those kind of vocal deliveries. So a lot of smart design as far as what's going on musically. A lot of unison movement, right? Even there. Underlying track ideas are very cool. A I'm telling you, man, that's killer. Yeah, this hits. I like the vibrato we're getting on the vocal line in the middle here. Ah. Kind of purposeful. Okay, that was cool. What I was saying, the amount of vibrato, very strong presence of voice. Once we kind of left away from the kind of overproduced stuff that was in the beginning, that got it just hits quite a bit in the middle there. At first, I thought the guitar feature was like almost like a recorder. I was like, whoa, what is going on? That sounds really different, but it's not. All right, that's 259. Let's go back to like 249. Here we go. Makes sense. The way we're going to use that staccato-ness there. Smart way to create this variety. Oh, the guitar sounds beautiful. Vocally, that's nice. Oh, that's cool. I love the little as our last note there. I'm assuming that's people's, if we had to take like a poll, what's your favorite? I would assume most people would say that one, just because it's so upbeat, that flamenco kind of Spanish feel mixed with a little bit of dance there and some rock delivery on the vocals in the middle. I would assume that probably appeals to the majority, but you can let me know. I enjoyed it quite a bit, but if you were to ask me what, in like we did 6 songs right now, what's my favorite? It is still Delicious in Dungeon, like the full opening. That it's just, the vocals and the phrasing of that song were so outstanding. But again, the point of this is not to pit any song against each other. But obviously, I always get the questions, what did you like the most? So I'm just going to answer it in the video versus answer it in the comments because it's just easier that way. I love doing these. They fly by. It's pretty cool. Let us know in the comments what you want. Well, you know what? Actually, just let Jet. I'll try to. I won't read those. Well, I mean, I see them, but I enjoy doing the video and not knowing what's coming up. So whatever. Let us know in the comments what you want next time, and maybe he could put together those. Okay. I will see you then. Take it easy. Bye-bye. My name is DrumRollTony. Come watch some anime with me on the Patreon. The community is really good. We're just missing one thing. That one thing is you. You can find a link for my socials down in the video description below. Please and thank you. Click the like button. Subscribe to the channel so you can check out the next video. I appreciate you being here. YouTube thinks you want to watch one of these 2 videos next. Take it easy. Bye-bye.